Look at that. You like that?
It's a sock. I like it better than your foot. Don't reveal the back of the things. This is an improvement with season 12. That
now I can read them.
Now it's not Ellie's handwriting anymore.
Unless you took a class over the summer and now you write in typeface. Okay.
That would be pretty awesome. We are humans. We sleep. When we sleep, we dream. Whether we remember it or not is beside the point, because it does happen.
All people dream.
Don't be one of those people that's like,
I don't dream, man.
I don't dream.
I'm just not a dreamer. I'm just not a dreamer.
I just don't do it.
You do dream.
You just don't remember it. And to help you with your problems, today we have asked an expert to come in here.
Come and sit, Hillary. Our resident dream interpreter.
Now, I understand that you've had a dream interpretation session on the This Is Mythical channel.
I understand it because I watched it.
Oh, great.
I just want to be surprised entirely.
Okay.
But of course, I don't dream, so
Now,
you can't help me.
What are your credentials?
I mean, I have pretty abstract thoughts, and I'm a good listener, and I think combined, I just am able to create some pretty good interpretations.
Okay.
Accurate?
I'd say accurate mostly.
Okay.
So,
Do you dream?
I do.
Personally?
Yes.
You may have explained this in some other video, but Hillary's the person that if you try to get into mythical entertainment, you gotta go through her. Okay? She's woman's the front desk.
Which means it doesn't happen.
Right. Nobody gets through.
The success rate is 0.
Now, I sent my dream in. Now, I don't know if this is. Now, you know, we talk about dreams from time to time, and there are times in my life where I diligently journal my dreams. I've had like a couple of apps, and the detail in this dream is you're gonna be like, it's totally made up. Nobody remembers that much detail. That's because you, my friend, have not learned the technique of dream journaling. But if you dream journal right when you wake up, you will be absolutely amazed at the level of detail that will start to all of a sudden come back to you, and you'll like go back into that place, and you'll be able to remember dreams to the detail that Hillary's going to explain to you. Now, because this is not made up.
I'll vouch for that, because there have been swaths of time where like this would come up in conversation, and then I would make up my mind to use the disciplines of dream journaling, which it does require disciplines. Like the moment you wake up, you can't move, and you have to just, ideally with your eyes closed, just sit there and think.
Do you want me to go through
and
my
remember the dream
again first before you tell me the interpretation?
Of course, because I don't know the dream.
You don't have it written down, do you? I gotta get my phone.
No.
So do you dream journal yourself?
I don't, honestly.
You just remember them.
I remember pretty well. I just have made a habit of interpreting as soon as I wake up, and then if they're really important, they stick with me, and if not, I just let them pass.
But if you can't remember, I mean, you'd be surprised if you lay there in bed with your eyes closed and you said, okay, I'm gonna think about what I dreamed, or just stare blankly at a wall, like right when you wake up. It'll come back to you, and you just sit there and you'll remember. You know how sometimes your dream will come back to you in the middle of the day. It's like, oh, I remember what I dreamed last night. Well, that'll happen with a predictable rate of success, and then you can turn around. Or if you wake up in the middle of the night, you can roll over and journal it and go back to sleep. So I've done that a few times, but I know this is a long dream, so I think we'll just wait on me presenting one at a later date.
Okay, how about that? Now, you'll also notice that I write in the present tense, because in all the dream books that I've read, they suggest that during dream recall, you should write in present tense, not past tense, and that triggers even more detail. It's a whole science, man. I have a Ferrari. Small, brand new convertible. I'm returning from a school trip, and there is a problem. Engine light comes on. I drive to small field above parking lot, and finally the car comes to a stop and shuts off. The car starts making weird noises, and it suddenly releases all of its fuel. It pours out of all sides of the car, which strangely looks like a go-kart now.
Yeah.
I run from the car, only to realize that a long stream of what appears to be engine oil is spraying from the car towards me. As I move, I realize that it is following me, tracking me. Eventually, it runs out. Later, Blink and I are taking the car to the Ferrari dealership. They explain
Need to get it looked at. Definitely.
that it was
It's becoming a golf cart and it's very leaky.
They explain that it was the theft deterrent, but also say that it was set off because I was running it low on oil.
Ooh.
I'm telling Link how I'm not going to give him any details so I can tell him about it in GMM.
Wow!
But I say, but I will never not have a Ferrari. I don't have a Ferrari.
I'm going to tell you. So basically, you said, now I'm not going to tell you the details now. I want to tell you on GMM, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now.
I will never
not have a Ferrari. Because once you have a Ferrari, once you go Ferrari.
Yeah, you don't go.
Right. Away from a Ferrari.
Some old men are listening in.
Have you told this story on a GMM before?
The dream happened a couple of years ago, so I don't know. We talked about so many things.
Is it dated?
Yeah, well, I brought up the email that I sent because I took a couple of typos out to make it flow a little bit better. But I think it may have been 2013. So maybe.
Okay. I know you told me. But.
Some old men are listening in. When I look up at them, I realize we are at a ranch. One of the old men brings Link an instrument, then me a fiddle. I don't know what your instrument was, sorry. Detail lost. I tell him I can't play it. He picks it up and starts playing without touching the strings, just pushing on it. I notice he's extremely skinny and wearing a robe. The fiddle has become a huge bag, and he's making these amazing cowboy movie sounds, whistling, hitting the bag, etc. It was like a giant bagpipe. It was amazing. I tell Link to come over and listen and tell the dude to start over. Just as he's getting started, another old man's Walkman starts playing cheesy country rock really loudly. Then we have to leave. I'm upset and tell Link it was the most amazing live music I have ever heard.
But I didn't get to hear it because of the Walkman.
Link is on a horse. I say,
I will never not be on a horse.
I say, I forgot my horse. We turn around
in a horse?
We turn around and go back towards the ranch. There is a truck with a large bed full of horses. Link rides his horse right into it, and I run in also. I'm not on the horse, remember? I'm just running. I ask Link to remind me what my horse looks like. He says white with black spots. At that moment, we spot him laying in a field, neck broken.
Oh, Rhett!
I start crying.
Oh, my goodness.
We have to put him down, but we don't have a gun. And now we're in a living room. Horse is, he doesn't have a name. Horse is laying in corner.
Dead?
It is a family's home, and Michael B. Jordan is there. We can't find a gun. We are looking for his sister's gun, who happens to be Rosie Perez.
So the horse is not yet dead, but we've drug him to Michael B. Jordan's house.
Whose sister is Rosie Perez. He finally says, screw it, and pulls out a pistol and shoots at the horse. Michael B. Jordan. He misses the kill shot, and everyone is mad.
Oh, no.
I wake up.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
It's heavy.
Now,
you're tempted to think I made that up for comedy. It's all 100% true. That all happened in my brain, and I woke up and wrote it down.
Oh, my gosh.
And this happens to me whenever I get into one of these modes and really dig in. Man, I got crazy dreams like this. It keeps happening. What does it mean, though, Hillary? That's the question.
Oh, man. All right. So I have a few theories. I think that the car that you were driving, the Ferrari, as I've experienced modes of transportation in my dreams, I always think that they represent, it's your way towards something greater. And so I think it should be noted that you're driving an incredibly fast car.
Yeah.
And
with a horse on it.
Right. So I think it is worth mentioning that, or noticing that the horse that you later have is still the logo of the Ferrari. So there's something worth exploring there.
Well, let's explore that. So the horse's name is Ferrari.
So should I get a horse or a Ferrari?
The horse is a Ferrari.
No, I don't think so. I think that it was the next best thing to a Ferrari for Rhett, and so
I'll stay out of it.
Yeah.
You do your work.
I'm the professional.
Okay.
I think that the Ferrari served as your way, as a very quick way to get away from something, maybe some type of problem, or maybe towards a brighter future than what you were currently experiencing? I mean, you said this was just a few years ago, so
Dark time, 2013.
right. So maybe not necessarily so,
But it was leaking fuel from everywhere.
right. So then I think that the fuel that was, leaking, it's showing that the car is it's inoperative, but it's also it's following you anywhere you go. So I thought that the oil represented the problems that you're trying to get away from. In fact,
well, this happens now. This kind of thing happens in my dreams all the time, where I'm experiencing something really cool, and then it gets ruined somehow. Like that's a very common theme. I think I think in waking life, I have a lot of anxiety about things falling apart.
I'm thinking so. Yeah,
So things are going great, but of course they're going to fall apart. The Ferrari's going to turn into a go-kart and leak oil out of all sides, and then chase me with a stream of oil. That's going to happen.
Right. Yeah. So I thought that would just speak to your, your very low key fear that all the great that you have will just fall apart. But I think also, so separate parts of the dream. So that's for the first part. For the second part, you were experiencing the best music you've ever heard, the best live music you've ever heard. And
then the old man screwed it up. See?
Right. Somebody messed that up for you. I paid more attention to Link missing it. I thought it was interesting that your right-hand man would miss that very important event.
He's my right hand.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
So the main man was doing something else.
You understand the dynamic perfectly.
The main man was out doing something awesome, and he missed something lesser.
Okay.
That the right-hand man was...
Right. So I thought that was interesting. Maybe at the time, Link had missed an important event, or you were just, again, fearing that he would miss an important event in your life. That was my best interpretation.
Right.
There was also a moment where you were put on the spot. You were given an instrument and expected to know how to play it, which I think is a common experience in our waking life.
True.
Okay. I did have
in our job.
One follow-up question was, you said that when you were first driving the car, you were coming back from a school trip. What, like high school or college?
It probably was high school.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I'm in high school a lot in my dreams.
That's interesting.
I really peaked then.
What was your... okay, so you had a really positive high school
That was
experience.
awesome in high school.
A lot of lost loves, a lot of rejection.
All right.
That's how I would put it.
Yeah. I had a goatee and a shaved head.
Ooh.
Yeah, I weighed 175 pounds, and I was the same exact height I am now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So,
pretty awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Frail, I think is what he's getting at. But there was a truck full of horses.
Yeah.
Right. So you arrived at the bed of horses, but you still couldn't remember which was yours, which
I
I thought
couldn't remember my own horse.
was
I have
weird.
I have a theory about that.
Oh, do you?
I think this was you were becoming conscious of your dream, and that's the moment where you could have gone lucid, but you backed off. What you could have done was, because you were realizing, you were thinking to yourself, hold on, I have a horse? So you turn to me and you're like, what's my horse look like? Because you needed someone to convince you that you actually had a horse. And so I think you were having a little waking lucidity within your dream. And if you would have harnessed that like a horse, saddle, if you will, then you could have controlled the dream and fixed your Ferrari. But it was a missed opportunity. But you know what I'm saying? It's like if you turn in the dream and you're like, what's my horse look like? Because I actually don't have a horse. I don't believe it.
That would be a question that you would ask if you were becoming lucid, which I have become lucid twice this year.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
More on that later.
That's a really good theory.
We can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
So what's his problem?
I think
He's materialistic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I did think the
He's
Ferrari could
anxious.
speak to that. Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't have a Ferrari in real life, though, but I always have one in my dream.
You will never not have a Ferrari.
I will never have a Ferrari in real life. I can promise you that.
Right. For the last part of the story, I do think it's interesting that horse you had, that was going to be your mode of transportation that you couldn't use. You later saw it pushed into the corner. It wasn't useful to you, but it was still lingering there. So I think the gist of all of this is that the dream was just about running from your issues and being unable to.
And I need to buy a horse.
And buy a horse.
Well, the horse's neck was broken. And then you tried to kill it, and you couldn't. So what are you saying? that the mode of transportation to get him to his dreams
Yes.
is going to he is self-sabotage.
Well, just speaking to...
You're gonna sabotage your dreams. Don't sabotage mine, brother. Thanks for sticking around for Good Mythical More.
If you want to watch more, well, we don't have Good Mythical more, but we do have a lot more videos.
Here's 2 of them.
Also, click the circular channel icon to subscribe.